Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Long time no see. It has been a hot minute since I've been able to post on here. I had that major exam coming up, which I am so happy to say is finally over. It's done. Over in the past. I'm still waiting on my score. I'll let you know how I feel about it when I get it. But I'm just so relieved to be done with that. I am on a new rotation now, so I'm just enjoying that, getting to have experiences and then come home and not have to study until late into the night. So I have really been enjoying this post board exam life. I also took a week after the exam to just kind of relax and not put any pressure on myself to really do much of anything because I've had so much pressure on me for the last weeks, months, arguably years. So now I've taken a week off. I feel renewed. I feel rejuvenated. So I am back. I'm looking forward to making more consistent content on this channel again, ideally about once a week. So if that sounds good to you, I hope you will hit subscribe down below if you're not subscribed already. And without any further ado, I don't really know why I just feel like being petty today. Maybe I'm just hormonal or something. I don't know. But I felt like I wanted to make a video about high-end products that I have purchased that I do not think are worth the money. I didn't buy all of these at their full prices. As a matter of fact, I didn't buy most of these at their full prices. So I'm talking about the full price tag. So whether or not it's worth what I paid for it is another matter, but I'm like, would I recommend somebody spends full price on these items, if that makes sense? So now without any further ado, let's get into the video. I feel like some of these are probably gonna ruffle some feathers. So if these are your favorite products and you think they're totally worth it, I'm glad that you feel like the money spent on them was justified. I'm just giving my 2 cents. So the first thing that I don't think is worth the full price tag is the Becca now Smashbox Under Eye Corrector. Look, I know this is everybody's favorite, and I like it. It's not that I don't like it. It works fine. It's just, my biggest problem with this is that it is so creamy, like to a fault. It's so creamy that I feel like it kind of slips and slides around on my under eyes. And also it's like almost shiny. Like I feel like it never fully dries down either. And so it gets a little creasy, and I feel like concealer just never really sits how I want it to on top of this. I don't know. Maybe I'm stupid. Maybe I'm using it wrong. But for me, the texture has just never really been my favorite. I can make it work fine. So, I mean, am I sad that I bought it? No, I'm not. I'm glad that I have it. I use it. It's just that I feel like I have to work a little bit harder with this than I do with like my Pixi color corrector, which if I'm not mistaken is like half the price of this. If you're in the market for a color corrector, I'm sure that you've heard that this is like the best one. I don't think so. It's fine, you know, but I think it's more trouble than it's worth. The next thing, and again, I feel like this is kind of controversial. Maybe not anymore. I feel like this would have been controversial a few years ago. I don't think the Milk Hydro Grip Primer is worth the money. Again, I like this primer and I'm really glad I have it. I feel like it was kind of one of the first primers to do this like ultra tacky grippy thing that is now really popular. So, you know, was it innovative at the time? It was. However, I feel like you can get primers now that are more hydrating, more tacky, more gripping, and just kind of give your face an overall smoothed over look. And you can get those at the drugstore versus this. For the time, it was great, and maybe it was worth it, like back when I bought it. This is super old, so don't come for me. But these days, I feel like you can do just as well, if not better, at drugstore prices. So I don't think this is worth full price anymore, at least. So the next thing I don't think is worth the full price tag is Estee Lauder Double Wear. I love this stuff. I will wax poetic about how much I like this, okay? I really, really do. It holds up really, really well in heat, in like crazy summer, hot, sweaty conditions. This will never come off. I've called this like paint for your face. Once it dries down, it won't budge. I've worn this to concerts. I wear this when I need like something that's never gonna budge. It's like almost $50 though, if I'm not mistaken, and it's just this tiny little bottle, and I don't know. Like I feel like there are foundations that are cheaper that have really great lasting power. I would say if you were gonna pick up Double Wear, it's worth having in your collection, but like only if you can get it on sale. Does that make sense? Like I cannot in my mind make it make sense to spend almost $50 on this teeny tiny bottle of foundation, even if it does have great lasting power. There are lots of things you can do to make a foundation have great lasting power that don't involve spending almost $50 on it. Kind of pains me to say it, but I just really don't think this needs to be this expensive. Do I recommend it? Yes, but not at full price. Another kind of random priming product, by the way, this like Pat McGrath Intensif-Eyes Artistry wand. I know, not me saying something about a Pat McGrath product not being worth it, because if you know me at all, you know that Pat McGrath is like my everything. Every time I buy a Pat McGrath product, I'm like blown away and I love it so much. But this, right? So it's like this clicky pen and it's like an eye base and you're supposed to like put it down on your eyelid and it's supposed to like make her shimmers shimmerier or whatever. I guess it works. Like it does what it says it's going to do. But number one, I feel like a glitter glue does the same thing, and NYX sells a glitter glue for like $6 that works amazingly. And number two, this is like $32 or something stupid like that. Just don't do it to yourself, okay? Like, get a glitter glue. Get the NYX glitter glue, and thank me later. Also, this just feels really cheap for being like Pat McGrath packaging. That kind of annoyed me. I was like, this feels like something from the drugstore. This feels like the packaging on that e.l.f. clicky concealer thing. Like, come on, this is luxury. Anyway, point is, just like, don't buy it. Don't buy it, especially not for $32, Jesus. One last thing while we're on the base category, I don't care what you've heard. Urban Decay All Nighter is not worth full price. As a matter of fact, I'll probably never buy another bottle of All Nighter because, again, I feel like this is just one of those things where it's kind of aged out of relevance, similar to the Hydro Grip, you know, like, the drugstore makes things that are just as good as this, if not better these days, so I don't see a reason to spend this much money on a bottle of setting spray. This is, I think, 30-something, 32, 36, something like that. Milani Make It Last is an identical product. I will recommend Milani Make It Last forever and ever, amen, because it is the exact same thing as this, but it is a fraction of the price. So this works. Like, if you're looking for a setting spray that does really, really make your makeup last, this will do that. The Milani one will just also do that for $10 or $11 or whatever it is, you know? So yeah, long story boring. I don't think we really need All Nighter anymore. So moving on to some cheek products. I've said this before, and I feel like it's like not a very popular opinion, but I'm going to say it again anyway. I don't think like Hourglass cheek products in general are worth the money. I just pulled this because it has like an example of everything in it. I mean, the individual ones or the palettes, really. I just don't think that they're worth how expensive they are. I mean, they are wildly pricey. One of those blushes costs like almost $50 for a blush. The bronzers too, you know what I mean? Like, and the face powders, I don't know. I've tried all of them, okay? I've tried the bronzers, I've tried the blushes. I have another blush in the single compact highlighter. I have a single of one of the all over face powders too. So like I have tried these powders, okay? This palette full price I think was like $80. I did not pay full price for this, but I still paid like 40 something. I don't get it. I don't get what it is about these that makes people go crazy and are like, you know, yeah, spend $80 on a face palette. I have not experienced whatever it is other people are experiencing. They're nice face powders. Like, they're nice. They work well. They're blendable. They look pretty. I like the tones, but I don't get what is in these that makes them worth that much money. They work well, but they don't really work any better than like my favorite drugstore cheek products, you know? I don't know. Maybe one of you can enlighten me. If these are your favorite thing in the world, can you leave me a comment down below and tell me what I'm not getting about it? Because I don't know. I don't dislike them. I just don't get why one blush that's like yay big would be worth $50. You know? Like if you can get one on sale or secondhand or something, you should. I got mine off of like Facebook Marketplace or something, and I'm glad I have it. It's cute, but like I don't get it, okay? I just don't get it. This is a product that's actually not being sold anymore anyway, so maybe it doesn't really matter, but it still just kind of grinds my gears that this was a moment in time in the beauty space, okay? The Marc Jacobs, like, huge pan of bronzer, it works fine. I like the packaging, really, really big mirror and all that. Like, it's cute. Why was this $50? I think it was $50. I don't know. Honestly, if this was still being sold with inflation, it'd probably be up to $60 at least. Why? It's fine. It's a cute bronzer. I don't have the one in the white packaging that everybody was all crazy over. I got this one at like a Marshall's or something, so I absolutely did not spend $50 on this. But it's nice, it's a cute... I actually like this one better than the one that everybody was raving over because it has a little bit more of a rosy tone. Forgive, I have that color corrector swatch right there. But it has a little bit more of a rosy tone that kind of just works on fairer skin tones. So, I don't have a problem with it. I just can't fathom spending $50 on it. You know what I mean? Like, great that you get so much product, but I've also seen somebody pull the pan out of this thing and it's like this thick, so I don't actually know that you're getting that much more product than you do in any other bronzer, and it's just bulky for the sake of being bulky. I don't know. Again, they don't even sell it anymore because Marc Jacobs Beauty is no more, so I'm not really saving you by telling you this, but I'm confused about it, Again, another thing that could get me in some hot water, but I'm sorry, I don't get it. The Tarte blushes. I only have minis of them because I've never spent the full price on them because I don't get it. Maybe it's because I'm a shimmery blush girly and these are matte, and that just doesn't make sense to me why I would want to spend a bunch of money on a matte blush. I think they're like $24, $26, which actually isn't that bad in the grand scheme of things. There are a lot of blushes that are way more expensive than that. But I don't understand why I would want to spend that much money on like a very basic matte blush. Like the colors to me are basic, the formula is basic, like very, very elementary level blushes. It's not that they're bad, they're nice. Like, I have pan on this one, like they're cute. I like them, but it's not like a groundbreaking formula by any stretch of the imagination. So like, I would never buy a full one of these at full price ever in a million years. It's just that they're boring to me. They're boring to me, okay? They're boring to me. I was about to say you can't get this one anymore either, but you actually can because, again, Smashbox is selling these now. Yeah, I don't really get why everybody is so, hyped about Champagne Pop. I don't get it. It's pretty. It's a very pretty highlighter. I have a mini one, obviously. I bought, again, from like a TJ Maxx or Marshalls or something when I thought they were discontinuing it forever. And it's cute. It's pretty. It's a pretty highlighter shade. But is it that different from like any other pale gold, peachy kind of highlighter? No, not really. This isn't even my favorite Becca shade. I think Opal is much more interesting, in my humble opinion. But, it's nice, it's cute, but I'm pretty sure these are $40. Like the full-size ones, obviously. No, this is not a $40 highlighter. It's not a $40 highlighter. You can get highlighters that are way more blinding than this from like Catrice, Revlon, Essence. Like there's so many brands at the drugstore that can do this and then some. Please don't spend $40 on a highlighter that's just like so basic. Okay? It's fine. It's cute even. But the way that the entire internet went like feral over Champagne Pop, I finally get my hands on it and I'm like, yeah, it's cute. It's cute, I guess. I feel like this one is kind of cheating, but I'm going to go with it anyway. I would say that almost every single high-end mascara is not worth the money. Almost every single one. I would say that there are very few exceptions to that rule, and some people find their ride or die mascara and it's high-end, and they're like, no, nothing will ever replace this, and that's fine. I get it. It's just that in my opinion, the vast majority of high-end mascaras that I have tried, I've been like, yes, this is nice, but is it so nice that I'm going to spend repeatedly $22, $23, $24, $26, $28 on this mascara instead of spending $8, $9, $10 on a drugstore mascara over and over and over again? Because, mascara, you go through it quick. You got to rebuy it and rebuy it and rebuy it, and I just don't get spending that much money on it most of the time. There are two exceptions to this rule that I feel I need to point out here. Number one is the Rare Beauty mascara. However, this hardly counts because I buy it in the mini size, which lasts me perfectly long time. And in the mini size, it's $11, which is basically a drugstore price. So in my mind, this doesn't even really count as a high-end mascara. So I'm fine with continuing to buy this. The other one that I would say is actually unique enough to buy it at full price is the Thrive Cosmetics Liquid Lash Extensions. This is a tubing mascara. There are drugstore tubing mascaras, but I still think that this is the best one if you're looking for a good combination of length and volume and you want it to last through literally whatever you put it through as long as that thing is not water. All right, to finish up, because I want to keep this short, I'm going to do some lip products. If you've seen a lot of my other videos, this may not surprise you at all, but Charlotte Tilbury's matte lipstick in Pillow Talk is so not worth the money in any sense at all. Please do not spend $34 or whatever this is on this, okay? It's a very beautiful shade. I like the shade a lot. Very pretty. I do not care for this formula. Like, I wear it because, it's iconic and whatever, and it's already in my collection, so I'm going to wear it. I don't hate it, but it annoys me because, and I'm going to go on this rant again, and I'm going to make it quick. It's a matte lipstick, and if I'm going to wear a matte lipstick, I want it to dry down and stay where I put it. I know that in a bullet lipstick, it's not going to dry down and be completely transfer-proof, bulletproof all night long. I know that. I don't have crazy expectations of a matte lipstick, but I want it to at least mostly stay in place. This does not do that. I'm trying to give it some time to dry while I'm talking, but I'm telling you, this is such a silicone-y formula that I feel like it just smudges all over my mouth immediately. So what's the point of wearing a matte lipstick, So then just give it to me in a satin formula. She has a satin formula that I actually think is really nice. Would I spend $34 on it? Again, probably not, but that just seems steep for a lipstick. This one is the one that I feel the most passionately about, though, because I just don't get it. If this shade was available in the satin formula, I could see maybe being like, I get the hype, but this formula, I don't get it. Look, like, this is a matte lipstick. It shouldn't do that. It should at least dry down a little bit, right? And I've said this before and I'll say it again. If you want this exact color, but in a matte formula that actually stays in place, Milani's Color Fetish line in the shade Secret is literally just the better version of this. And it's like a third of the price. So that is what I would do instead of doing the Charlotte Tilbury, because I cannot fathom why I would want to spend $34 on a formula that just doesn't even do what it's supposed to do, I know people love these. I know that people love these. And if it's your favorite thing in the world, then cool. I'm happy for you. I'm glad you got your money's worth out of it. I don't personally get it. So another lip product that I don't think is worth buying full price are any MAC bullet lipsticks. Now, that's not to say I don't like MAC bullet lipsticks. I do. Oh no, I'm missing one. I don't know where it is. Anyway, there's one that goes in here too. This is full. I do like MAC bullet lipsticks. I like them a lot. I like how many colors they have. I like how many different formulas they have. I think they're really versatile. I like MAC lipsticks. Here's the thing. I have never, ever in my life purchased a MAC lipstick from anywhere other than a discount store. TJ Maxx, Marshalls, whatever. And I wouldn't purchase a MAC lipstick from anywhere except one of those places. Unless like they were on 50% off for 21 Days of Beauty or something, and then they'd be about the same price. I spend somewhere between $8 and $10 on all of those MAC lipsticks. Full price, I think they range from $22 to $24. Ridiculous, okay? These formulas are nice. They're not groundbreaking, okay? I understand why MAC lipsticks got as popular as they did because, in a time where there weren't that many lipstick formulas to choose from, they were coming out with like different textures, different colors that nobody had ever used before. Like, I get that. But in the year of our Lord 2023, please do not spend full price on a MAC lipstick. You can find it in a TJ Maxx. No matter what color it is you think you're looking for, it'll pop up in some TJ Maxx someday somewhere, okay? It will. I was thinking, I'm going to buy Velvet Teddy full price because I can't find it in a TJ Maxx. I found it. I was like, I'm going to buy Chili full price because I couldn't find it in a TJ Maxx. I found it. Okay, so it'll come up eventually, all right? So just keep the faith. Do not spend $22, $24, whatever dollars on MAC lipstick. They're very pretty, but they're not worth that much money. And last but not least, another potentially controversial pick. I don't think that Clinique Black Honey is worth it. I don't. I have this little like deluxe sample size one from Sephora that I got in an order one time with some points or whatever. So being as generous as humanly possible, I'm going to be like, well, maybe it's just not the same, but it probably is the same. So here's the thing, right? Like, it's very cute. I really like this color. I love that you can build it up or sheer it out to really personalize it. I like how it's kind of a different shade on everybody. It's very customizable. You can make it glam or you can make it very everyday. Like, I feel like it's a very versatile shade. My problem with it is more the formula. I feel like when I put this on my lips, I cannot get it to look even. It looks patchy no matter what I do. Some areas look darker than others and it just doesn't look even, and that really annoys me. especially in like a sheer formula like this. Like usually I can get a sheer formula to look even pretty easily, and this one just doesn't. I also feel like that for something with this like balmy formula, it should be more hydrating, and this is definitely not. It sinks into my lip lines so bad, and so I end up with it looking kind of patchy and then like sinking into the lip lines and like accentuating my lip lines. I don't know. If you have like tips on how to use black honey and make it look really good, please let me know, because I want to like this. I really do, because I have it and it's a very pretty color and I'd like to be able to wear it without it looking terrible. So if you have struggled with black honey and overcome any of these struggles, please leave your advice in the comments. Much appreciated. Okay, you guys, so that's it. Pretty quick one today. Just wanted to kind of sit here and be petty and tell you about some makeup products in my collection that I do not think are worth spending full price on. I think that all of these things either have a perfectly reasonable drugstore alternative that works just as well, or they're only worth getting if they're on a sale or at TJ Maxx or something. I don't see any of these things being groundbreaking enough to warrant some of these price tags. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you got anything out of it, leave a like down below. Leave me a comment if you agree with me on any of these, disagree with me on any of these, or if you have a product in your collection that you think we should all know is absolutely not worth the money. Again, if you're interested in seeing more than me, I hope you'll hit subscribe down below. I would absolutely love to have you. And until the next one, bye, you guys.